Oh
I
yeah.
can't crack
Look
it.
at that. Oh yeah.
I can't
You're
crack
so
it.
bad.
Hello, I can't
You're
crack
so
it.
bad.
Hello, I can't
You're
crack
so
it.
bad. Oh, this tastes kind of good.
We got
Holy fuck.
mega feedback loop there. Hello everyone, and welcome to Bevvies With The Boys.
Yeah.
I'm joined by Dagda. We're the boys, and today we are joined by Dom, by Cadrell. It's the first episode in God knows how long. We did one little episode a few months ago, and it was an absolute train wreck. We deleted the VODs. Dom, Cadrell, how you doing, guys? Welcome to the show once again. You've both repeat drinkers, I guess.
Oh, bro, today was a long day. That's what I'm saying. Holy fuck.
Stop.
Yep. It was
Hey.
a long day, but I gotta say, NA with a
It's pretty
100% win rate over EU so far in Swiss. So like, it's a good fucking day. Like, you know, like our region is just
100% win
superior.
rate.
Everyone knows it. Now it's
Oh.
just factual. Like everyone knew it
Just
before.
like
but now
when
it's
people come
factual.
in my stream and they're like, "Oh, dude,
Mhm.
the evil geniuses beat G2," and I'm like, "Oh, but what about the other 7 times? Oh, my bad."
Yeah.
I'd love to
You know
slag Golden Guardians, but they never even made it to Worlds, so it makes
Oh
it a bit
yeah.
tough.
The reason we're 1-3 and you're 1-2 is because you don't have a fucking 4th team.
Yeah, I mean, we had a 4th team, but look, those guys don't even count. They're Korean anyway. Like, it's just there's 2 Koreans. It's not even an
Whoa.
NA team. Like, we don't.
What's
Like, we
Team
don't
Liquid
claim
then?
them.
What the hell? What's the?
They lost, right? Yeah, we don't claim them either. We're actually 1-1.
Oh, so you're 1-1.
Yeah, we're 1-1. We're fucking winning out here. Let's go.
But isn't C9 like Korean mid, EU support, Korean AD, Australian top as well? Do you count them?
Yeah, no, we count them.
Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
They're
Oh, 'cause
like
they
the thing
won.
is, they,
Yeah.
no. What you don't understand, no, Cadrell, it's not because they won. What you don't understand about America is that America is a melting pot. It's a place with a bunch of people from different cultures, different races, different religions, and we just don't see that shit here. So that's why C9 is actually an NA team.
I
Incredible.
would ask
1-1.
you about the other, but I forgot.
I
Oh,
feel like it's just
NRG,
the
bro.
politics.
NRG are the most NA team you have.
Yeah, no, they
And
played
they
like
played
it.
Kalista and got Dove bot while their
Yep.
jungler was farming Raptors.
Yep.
He just
Yeah,
watched
you
him die.
You can tell they were the most NA team. That's all I'll say.
I gotta say, I am the envy of all podcast hosts globally right now. All I did was turn on the stream and say hello, and you guys are just fucking going at it. I
Yeah.
fucking love
Bro,
it.
me and Dom are like 2 little dogs on fucking leashes just barking at each other.
You don't have to say anything else, Munch. You don't have to say anything else. All right, I got a question for you, Cadrell. I got a question. So tomorrow,
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
tomorrow we've got
Yep.
Weibo
Yep.
versus G2. You
Yep.
got to pick a side. What are you European or are
Well,
you
I'll tell you a
Weibo fan?
secret. I'll tell you a secret
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do on the stream tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
gonna wear the Weibo jersey underneath the G2 jersey. And if G2
Oh,
win,
yeah.
I'm gonna keep it that way. If Weibo start winning, I'm gonna rip off the G2 jersey. You know? Because
But you're telling me
to be honest, I don't really care who wins. I want
but you're
both of them
telling
to
me
win.
G2 jersey
Because-
on top. So you're publicly supporting G2 over Weibo.
Yeah, I'm publicly supporting G2, yeah.
All right, okay. No.
Shine's
all
But
right.
on the inside, it's actually way
But I'm
I would
secretly
never, bro.
supporting Weibo.
Okay. No, see, for me, I'm an OMG guy. I don't care if OMG was playing against my fucking children, my fucking wife, family, anything. I'm supporting OMG. Like, I do not give a fuck who they're playing against. All right, so that's all
Well,
I'll
they're not
say.
playing
you know?
against anybody,
Works,
so
man.
you're lucky there, aren't you?
Yeah, they aren't playing against anyone right now. That's for sure.
Maybe we'll
I
see
would
that come
support
into
them.
action next year.
Yeah.
So
I do
Maybe
love the
they're
idea
playing
that we
Call
get
of
both of you into Korea and you just become like best pals and none of this.
Bro, we should do a
happens at all.
boxing match. Fuck, bro.
yeah,
At
I
this
was,
point,
dude, Rob's
gotta
like, yeah, they're all
train,
gonna
get a
become
boxing
friends. I'm
match
like,
going.
how
Wait,
can I
Dom,
monetize this?
wait,
Let's do a fucking
Dom, how
boxing
tall are
match.
you?
Let's.
How tall are you?
6'1.5", like 6'1".
These
Oh,
are
okay.
basically the same height.
How much do you weigh?
170 right now.
Bro, you
With
smoked
that
me. I'm like 140 pounds and I'm like 6 foot.
Wait,
Barely.
really?
On
I
a
feel
good day.
wait, you've been going to the gym though. I can see. I feel like you're getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
No?
in March. Then I stopped going gym for like 6
Oh
months.
shit. Ah shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him to the
shit,
gym
yeah.
for fucking ages now.
Maybe if you give me like 2 years, we could have a fight.
All right, bro. We gotta do. That's what the league. Look,
6
league
months,
content
6
is
months.
fucking dead. Everyone knows it. You go on
What are we
Twitch.
gonna do? Co-streaming boxing?
Yes, we co-stream one match and then we fight and then we
It's like-
fucking and then
it's
we do
like
Bevvies
chess
with the boys
boxing.
and we drink and then we do the same thing again. We just do rounds of that until we're just like completely just smashed, just beating the shit out of each other. That's content.
You either get knocked out from the punch or you get knocked out from the drink. Like either way,
Yeah, I
you
mean-
lose.
Bevvies
Yeah.
with the boxers, it already writes itself. Like what's
Bevvies
wrong
with the
this?
boxers. Let's go.
Bro, I would get rolled and smoked.
Oh dear. Okay, welcome everyone to Bevvies With The Boys. As you can see, we have begun we're going to do the whip around. I'm on the gin today. York gin, 60% with, it's the only gin I've got in the house, so we're going heavy on this one. We'll do a whip around. Dom, are you on rosé?
Yeah. I'm on rosé. Look, okay? Look, I didn't buy it myself, all right? If you live with a girl, you're going to have rosé in your house. That's just what it is. So now I got rosé in my house, and that's what I'm drinking because I had nothing else.
I respect it. I like that you're doing it out of like a whiskey glass, though. It makes it look like you
Yeah,
probably could have
no,
pulled
I was
it
gonna
off
be
that
like,
it
this
was
is some
whiskey.
scotch. Like, I'm a fucking man like that. But then I just realized that, like, I'm just a bitch. So I'm just gonna fucking tell you that it's rosé, and I'm gonna sip my rosé, and you know. What are you drinking, Cajun? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah,
That's
Cajun,
a
go on.
dangerous
Yeah.
subject
You're
to
drinking the
spit
fucking
fire.
least. It's the least fucking.
Why are you ganging up on me?
anything.
Whoa. Why are you ganging up on me? Okay,
Alright.
I'm drinking this.
What?
Is that
Could
even have
you-
alcohol
could
in
you
it?
just-
What is
yeah.
that?
Could you just tell me the name of that? Could you just read
It's
it there for
actually
me?
called demi soda. It's in English.
Oh.
You can read it.
Demi soda.
No, I told you it's English and Korean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, demi soda. It's actually like 64%, and I'm already halfway through, so you guys need to catch up.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
definitely
it
not
is.
just like a Korean Truly or something.
Yeah,
Korean
it's
white
in
claw.
Korean. You wouldn't be able to read it.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Fair. Well, I'm on the
All right.
Astra. I'm just sticking to beer today, so yeah.
Nice.
You know, I've never heard of that. All right, let's talk League of Legends. I think we should just start with the most recent thing that's happened, which is the fucking draw for day number 2 was about
get me
as
started.
fucking terrible as it could have possibly
Don't get me
been.
started.
Like, I love this format, but this is like worst case scenario for the format.
Yeah. I mean, Torrin and Monty are having a field day with this one. Let's be real. This is exactly what they said was going to happen.
Yep.
But
Okay, Cadro.
the next round, there can be hardly any region versus regions. Technically.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is it worth to get...
Yeah.
And then they're all best of 3s as well.
I'm
Okay.
trying.
Was it slightly better? I don't know. Like, my take is, right, if you are an EU fan, this is probably the best way that it could have gone. Because we just have to sacrifice mad lines if BDS can win. And then the teams actually kind of got teams that they can play against mostly across the board in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things. Like, for EU, this is probably the best way it could have gone. But then for all the inter-region stuff, it's just kind of fucked.
Yeah. I was just surprised that the ref could keep like a straight face as he just like ruined
know.
the entire tournament for like millions of people. Like he was just sitting there just drawing and he just looked stone cold while doing it. Like it looked like there was intent behind what he was drawing. Like he definitely rigged that shit to make it as bad as possible. Like it wouldn't turn out this bad unless you tried to make it this bad.
For me, it was the part where he drew T1 Gen G and the entire Korean audience just like lost their fucking minds and he's there like stone faced. Like, how could you possibly like like the crowd were literally like rolling in their chairs. They genuinely couldn't believe their fucking eyes.
But I forgot what I was going to say.
Great input, man.
Sorry. I did have really good input. I did have really good input. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, at least LEC and LCS will get a win tomorrow. Hey, yo. We're going to 2, baby.
Yep. Not bad.
We do take those. I will say the nice thing is like in the grand scheme of things, if it's, you know, teams going to an extra loss or teams going to an extra win, those teams will then be playing best of 3 for the rest of the Swiss stage. Like, even with this draw, this is still way better than groups. Like, if you think in the context of this versus groups, like, you would still get shit matchups in general. At least these aren't knockout matchups, you know? Like, all of these teams play on. We still get to see them against good teams. We still get to see them in best of series. I still think in the grand scheme of things, this is far, far better than what we get in groups.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like MSI though, where they improve the format, but then they just get the shittiest draw possible. So it's like an equal amount of shit as what groups was before.
We didn't even have Odo this time.
Yeah. No, I thought it was an Odo problem. Like I've been flaming him for 6 months. Just in DMs every single day. I just tell him that he's a piece of shit. But then when I saw this guy do it too, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Riot kind of wants this so that they can go back to the old format and be like, look, we tried. It doesn't work. Like it's no better. You know? Maybe this is actually just proof. Yeah, I think it's rigged. That's the
I think
stance I'm
Dom should
taking.
do the next draw, and then if it is rigged, he can tell us.
Yep.
I mean, Cadro,
look,
clearly you've done it for content because you get G2 versus Weibo.
100%. But like
True.
also, look.
Yeah, but
have
then
you
it's
noticed-
also like, oh, BLG versus JDG for the 8th time this year. Oh, Gen GT1 for the 6th. Oh, it's like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, all I was gonna say is, have you noticed that each one of the things that they draw now is a sack? They're just drawing sacks and sacks and sacks and sacks. And you're not gonna have any member of the sack. Like Gilius is in Korea right now. Like that guy plays with sacks all day. Like why would you not just have him be the one that draws it? It seems a little fishy.
Like with the way that co-stream is going versus like in terms of viewership and stuff, it would not surprise me at all if next year the draw's done by like co-streamers and stuff. Like especially if
Online,
events are
like
in the right area. Well, no, but you could just go to the like you're in Korea right now. Like they could get people to travel. They pay for loads of people to travel for these events.
Yeah, but then how do I co-stream the draw if I'm in the draw? You know what I'm saying?
Just the IRL backpack, you know? One camera in your hand.
IRL stream co-stream.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's the future, bro. Dom, that's the future.
Sitting
in the audience with like a scene of the game and like your cam in the audience. Like IRL.
Next year, we had a plan. Keijo and I, look, I'll leak it right now. Keijo had a plan. Keijo and I had a plan. We're gonna fucking go to some country, some event. We're gonna fucking co-stream it up. So we'll just do that for like MSI or Worlds or some shit, and then we'll fucking do the IRL sack stream.
Yeah, we did. That's right.
That's extremely convincing. That is extremely convincing.
I mean, look, there was a chance I went to Korea, but Keijo said he was staying in the T1 office, and I like value my life, so decided.
That's not true.
Speaking of which, how's Korea, Keijo? How's everything going over? You know?
Dude, I love the food here. Like the third McDonald's tonight is gonna bang.
How does the McDonald's compare to EU McDonald's?
I don't know. Egg McMuffins do go hard. I'll tell you about the burgers because I couldn't order them in the morning. It's been nuggies and egg McMuffins so far. But no, Korea's good. The time zone definitely helps. But I'm still fucking jet lagged because, look, all I'm going to say is I had a transfer in Beijing. Okay. And if you're flying internationally, transferring in China is. A
toughie.
Let's just say the airport was empty, and the only way I could get to the other terminal to check in for my flight, which I couldn't check in online, was some random dude taking a picture of my passport, putting it in a WeChat with his buddies, and then them coming and getting me. That was how I transferred my flight.
Dude, I have had that experience.
With no internet, no VPN, no Wi-Fi for like 5 hours, panicking. It was horrible.
Dude, I had to go to Xi'an and I transferred in Beijing. And there was just like a bunch of people stood in a room, like in this massive like lobby hall. And you just go up and they'll like talk to you and they're like, where are you trying to transfer to? And I was like, Xi'an. I'm going to Xi'an. And they're like, I have no fucking idea what you say. Where are you going? I'm like, Xi'an. Like, that's what the place is called. Shit. And they're like, oh, Xi'an. I'm like, what the fuck? You said the same thing that I said. What the fuck is wrong with you? And but again, they had to like take photos of shit and like someone had to come and escort me. There's no fucking signs. There's no like normal airport shit.
I was so stressed, man. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss my flight. But I made it. I made it. So Korea's nice. I like it.
How's the T1 office?
T1 office is crazy. 9 floors. There's food. I'm in my little closet. I think there's other streamers near me, but I think they can hear me screaming. I think there's other streamers. So hopefully they don't hate me.
It's crazy. They have like 9 floors to barely beat TL. Like, holy shit. Imagine if they only had like 5 or 6 or like 7 or something. Like, it would just be fucking doomed at that point. Like...
Well, what I'm going to say is NA took half the LCK at this point and they still ain't winning.
True.
Food. I'm in my little closet. I think there's other streamers near me, but I think they can hear me screaming. I think there's other streamers. So hopefully they don't hate me.
It's crazy. They have like 9 floors to barely beat TL. Like, holy shit. Imagine if they only had like 5 or 6 or like 7 or something. Like, it would just be fucking doomed at that point. Like...
Well, what I'm going to say is NA took half the LCK at this point and they still ain't winning.
True. True.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, look, it's been a wacky event so far. Let's talk games for today, because there were some fucking games today. Can we just appreciate, like, for best of ones, today fucking slapped. Like, how often in Worlds do we get this much fucking carnage? Like, BLG KT especially was I mean, we all knew that was going to be a banger anyway, but, like, we had some mental games today.
Yeah.
Yep, definitely. I think a lot of the games like I think it started off really well. Like some of the games that you thought wouldn't be that competitive ended up being competitive, or like looking competitive enough where it felt like there was hype at least. And like the games that were like dead, I mean, at least they fucking got through them quickly. So you just got to get to the bangers. Like G2, Dom 1 obviously delivered. BLG KT obviously delivered. And then when you look at like, you know, C9 versus Mad, it's always super hype to just watch like EU just get shit on by NA. So like that was hype as well. So yeah, like half the games being good, and you know, that's your fucking tournament right there. You only need that because when you think about the other formats, it was like you had fucking like who did you have, like DFM playing against Edward Gaming? Like who the fuck wants to watch a DFM play against Edward Gaming? We only got one of those today.
Matt, can I say though, for BLG KT, I was kind of disappointed. Like I thought that game was gonna be fucking sick, and then I watched like Aiming ult himself past the Talia wall and just get stuck, and like there was a ton of just hands misplays, and I was just like, man, I expected so much more from this game, and it felt like I got nothing happening for the first like 20 minutes, and then eventually it was just like who threw less rather than actually who popped off.
I will say Bin fucking 1v9 that game though.
Oh, Bin was fucking sick, actually, yeah.
Elk was insane as well. His reactions on a couple of the plays where they were all like fucking hiding and they fly out of fucking nowhere and he's got like 1 split second to hit his keys. Like, I do feel like there was some fucking sick. And you're right. Like, also, since when was Cassante a fucking hard engaged champion? Like, what the fuck did I witness today?
Yeah, Bin is crazy. That guy's smurfed.
Yeah, he's really good. And then also just the fact that he's willing to pick up Cassante, I think that shows like him just ascending as a player. Before it felt like he was just going to play his carries regardless. The last 6 months, obviously lost to like 369 a bunch of times, started picking up tanks. The Gragas was not good. He had to fucking shelve that shit. But the fact that he got Cassante at least gives him a whole different dimension. Like when you watch BLG now, you no longer feel like, oh, well, what type of carry does he have to blind? And he will blind a carry. He'll end up in a not great matchup and see if he can outplay it. Now he can actually just pick something that rounds out the team comp. Like that Cassante spot, I thought was really fucking good. As soon as they banned Renekton, it felt like Cassante had a ton of value in that game. And he was just able to play it like almost perfectly. It felt like every single team fight, he was insane. Yeah.
What were you going to say there, Kajal?
Oh, I just said Jack's ban was banned as well. It was a banger Cassante.
Yeah, I was kind of curious to see what he would play because like it felt like they were trying to pinch him. But I'm actually glad that he has picked up Cassante and stuff because I don't know. I think he's always going to be insane on things like the Jacks, but actually having more than he can offer, as you say, is insane.
Yeah, I think it's such a hard spot for KT to draft in because if they take the Cassante on 4, then Bin will just hit you with the Gwen, and he's like, and that's a fine Gwen spot. You have the AD mid already, so and he's one of the best Gwens in the world. Like for my money, I think Bin is probably the best Gwen in the world. So you're in this really hard decision when you're drafting. It's like, do we pick the tank matchup and have him counterpick, or do we just give him the Cassante and then like he potentially just takes over the game anyway? And I don't think that there's like anyone that of these top laners that he's going to be playing against that have good enough Gwens besides for maybe like Zeus, where he's going to get hard punished for this Cassante pick.
Yeah, that kind of seems to be a story in a lot of this though. It's like I'm kind of looking at a lot of top laners. I'm like, if Bane and Zeus are fine, then it's like, who the fuck is actually going to stand up against them?
Does Zika play Gwen?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I wasn't convinced by him today though. I know Zika's pretty like back when he joined was like though Tryndamere and who was it? It was Tryndamere and Camille were the two that he would just play constantly. And I know he's been pretty decent domestically, but I don't think he showed off today in the Jacks. He got a bit wrecked.
Yeah, he did. He made so many mistakes, I can remember, like in fights randomly.
Yep. That's also like tough matchup. Like not many people want to play Jackson to Renekton if they have the choice. Like most people will opt for like Narcannon or something. No, what were you gonna say?
There was a top fight, wasn't there? Like top fight, he TP'd and he tried to dive them on tier 2 and like Fnatic almost made an insane comeback. Remember where they were chasing 3 of them down?
I don't know
that
if
was
I blamed him.
in the fight.
I mean, when I was watching it, I don't think he just expected the Duskblade proc. Like he was diving, and then one of his teammates died, and the guy he was on got a Duskblade proc, and it completely
was it Duskblade prop on that tier 2 top?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
He was against Jace or something. Was it Jace that had a Duskblade? Yeah. Let me see. Energy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yes. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I remember it because he went in, it was like nearly there, and then literally like 100 HP Duskblade procs, and he just can't get anything.
Yeah. I think the most surprising match for me though was TLT1. Like that was way closer than I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected it, but T1 being like,
But I didn't understand T1's meta read. Why are they playing Ashe, Renata, Jace top? Like, who is doing that right now? Like, what?
yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I think
that
the
was so
Korean
weird.
teams were showing that they like ban Kalista blue side. Like we saw Genji and T1 both banning Kalista 1-2-3 blue side, which I found pretty interesting because I guess they view Kalista as a stronger red side champion because it enables like you to counter pick support with like Taric, like a Mumu angle set, like just all the specific pairings for Kalista. So I thought that was an interesting read because if I was going into like if I was thinking about T1 versus TL, and I'm thinking about how both teams are going to interact, I just can't imagine Yeon ever beating Guma Keria on a Kalista. Like if Guma got his like Ashe, like what do they play? Ashe Renata? If they blinded Ashe Renata and Yeon played Kalista, I just don't think that Yeon could ever win. But maybe it's just one of the things that they decided as like this is how we're going to play this patch in this tournament. Like we'll ban Kalista blue side so we don't get counterpicked on support.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say I felt bad for TL because I actually felt like they had moments where if they just weren't playing against T1, they actually would have played better. Because it was like the first Rift Herald fight where they had like 4 men topside where they could have taken a fight. They were like, well, we're against T1, so run the fuck away. And it was like a couple of times like that where I was like, they're just playing scared. They actually just played like they're playing against an NA team. I think they would have had a way stronger early game.
Yeah. No, definitely. Like that Rift Herald fight, it's super criminal that they lost that because not only did both top and jungle have no flash on T1 side, but also they had their support moving first. So it was essentially a 4v3 versus 2 people no flash, and they just ended up getting hands diffed. So that was tough to watch. And then also like the final fight was just crazy. I mean, Aphelios Yeon was sitting on upset guns. He was on purple. Yeah, upset guns. So he's on upset guns, and then Summit is just full engaging. It's like, dude, like, how does that not the comms? Like, if you say you're on upset guns, then wait for him to fucking cycle, and then you take the fight when he actually has real weapons.
Yeah, true. He walked right on Shockwave as well, but I think that was kind of just panic in the moment because he was like, why the fuck are we going in? I thought one of the interesting picks as well today, I thought was Renata, like, coming in. You mentioned it already, like, the Korean team's playing it, G2 playing it. It looking pretty good in a lot of these situations. Like I think we saw it once in play-ins, but like the Korean team's like picking it, and I think it was Genji Bandit as well. Like there's clearly like a presence of Renata in scrims that like we've not really seen all year, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's from what I've seen from Genji and JDG as well, Alistar, Renata are just the trade-offs. I feel like Alistar first pick, first rotation, and then Renata is like the response to it with like a pushing lane. I think is the other response. If you give over Alistar, that seems to be my read at least.
I was petrified for Mickey though. Like how many times that game was he like face first with the enemy team, just be like, I gotta get a Renata ult off their poke. I just gotta put my face in here, see what happens. Like I was so close to seeing that go terribly.
He had one like insanely sickle. I think it was towards Dragon, or I can't remember. They all got in a choke though, and he got like 4 or 5 people with a Renata ult during one of the engages. Sick.
Yep. I will say fraud of the day though goes to Kellen.
Yep.
We just make this our thing.
You had a banger tweet earlier, Tom, which was Alistair looks really good when he's inting his team or something like that. It was just so fucking accurate. Kellen like just headbutting and then forgetting that he's supposed to Q at the same time.
I said, wow, Alistar is useless if you intentionally try to grief your team in every single fight.
It was so accurate.
I mean, it was so crazy to. But like the thing that was so weird about the Kellen plays is it wasn't just a mechanical play. Like the one where he flash comboed mid, even if he flash combos the AD there, like nothing happened. Like the AD doesn't die. It's not like he gets one shot or something. Like he just combos him and then the AD just starts returning damage and he's just dead or has to blow ult or whatever. Like it just felt so weird. It felt like Kellen had just no awareness of like how he should play fights. And then obviously the mechanics of it. I mean, they've made Alistar combos so easy at this point. You can't fail like 3-4 important combos in a game and be like on a top Korean team. It's just not going to fly.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be something like, I mean, dare I say nerves? It's not like he's been traveling to get to the tournament. Like,
it's jet lagged.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like, it's got to be nerves. It's got to be that he's uncomfortable on the stage or something, right? Like, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
yeah, he does choke a bit.
Yeah, he's just had nerves all year.
Yeah. He struggles.
I think the question is like, do they act? I mean, obviously in summer they were trading off time with like Kellen and Bible, and the whole thing was that like Kellen was better at lane, but Bible was better at team fighting, and he had like the term of like shot caller put on him, where he was like helping the late game macro.
Team fighting today, then yeah, I agree. Bible's better at team fighting. Like,
I mean, does he get time? Like that was a pretty atrocious game.
Yeah, they should put Bible in, I think.
You don't have that many games. Like
rare anyway.
Look, tomorrow they have a fucking hard match. Like they could easily just be in an elimination game the day after, or like the day after that, whenever the fucking best of 3 elimination is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's a Bible angle.
Yeah, it could be. It's kind of crazy to think after one fucking best of 1, it's maybe a substitute angle, but like, you're right, you really don't get that. Like, if you're losing, you really don't get many games at all. You get 2 best of 1s and then a best of 3, and it's like, if you've not got your shit together by that best, you could lose 4 singular games and be out of the fucking tournament.
Well, think of it this way: tomorrow, Damwon or KT will be 0-2.
That's crazy. Yeah, it feels so wrong. I don't know.
Right? That feels criminal.
Yep.
What?
Yeah. I've got to say, like, I understand that it would take too much time. I really like the idea of the Swiss with best of 3. I'm not sure I like the sheer lack of games that you get if you. I guess, to be fair, if you're losing all of your games, it's only 2 less than you would have got in groups, and at least one of them's in a best of 3 format. But like, even still, it feels like you fall out fast. But then, like, if it was double elim, if it was double elim at this stage, you'd only get 2 chances, right? It'd probably be best of 3, so you'd still only get 4 games if you're losing. So I guess it's no different to any other format significantly.
Yeah, and also like in groups, the idea would be that you'd play stronger opponents, because if you're going 0-4 or whatever and you get eliminated in 4 games, you should be theoretically playing like the teams that would be the bottom of all the other groups, as opposed to like in that 9-12 third seed that you would have to play like in an actual group stage.
I think that one of the like silver linings obviously is like, you know, LCK team versus LCK team. One of them's going to be 0-2. The other 0-2 teams are probably not LCK, right? Maybe there's. I think it's extremely unlikely that there's another LCK team 0-2. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, there can't be. It's only Damwon and KT.
Yeah, it's Damwon and KT, and then Genji and T1 are upper bracket.
Yeah. So, like, theoretically, then you've got easier matchups. It's round 4 that then you've got the potential issues, right? Where someone else could be knocked down to 1-2.
I mean, realistically, they're going to be playing against like Mad Lions or BDS, GAM, and an NA team. Like, those will be the other 3 teams that will be in the bottom 3 that are facing elimination. If you play like G2, let's say you're Dom1, you play G2, you lose, you play KT, which is another hard match, you lose, you're 0-2. If you then lose a best of 3 to like NRG or BDS or MAD or GAM or any of these teams, like, you just deserve to be out of the tournament. You're just like, at that point, factually one of the worst teams here, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if you're 0-2 and you're losing to another 0-2 team that, you know, isn't from your region or what, like, it's all in the context of the matches that have been played previously. But realistically, if both teams are 0-2, something has gone wrong there, either with the format or with the play, and it's most likely like the chances of that being 2 teams from top region are extraordinarily slim. So, like, you've still fucked up in that scenario. Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, I feel like day 1 was a resounding success. Draw 1 was a resounding catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like games we had today, it's been fantastic. In terms of games we'll have, like, the day after tomorrow should be set up well as well, and we actually get. I don't know how the schedule is going to work in terms of elimination games. Does anyone know how that's? I guess you get some best of 3s on day 3, or is it going to be spread out? I'm not actually sure. Because you'll have some teams that are 2-0 and 0-2.
I think you'll get best of 3s.
Yeah. I think they mix it. I think it's like first the games on Saturday are BO3s, and then you've got your BO1s for that, like teams that have gone 1-1, and then apparently Monday I think is the best of 3s then again for the eliminations.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Big pace.
Huge.
I mean, still though, even though like, look, the bottom of the thing kind of fucking sucks. There's still like some really cool games that are in there. Like getting to see BLG, JDG again is gonna be sick. Like I know obviously we've seen.
I'm so tired of it.
Fair.
Like,
I still think
like JDG, BLG. I mean, I just like BLG hasn't won yet, and like it just feels like BLG plays worse and worse every single time they play. Like when they played in LPL playoffs, it was horrible to watch.
I feel like it's just gonna be JDG smoking BLG, Genji smoking T1, and
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Where do you see the G2 Weibo then?
I mean,
that's
true.
my
Like,
question.
I do hope
I think
so.
G2 is probably I don't know. It's so hard. Like I feel like that Weibo game was such a bad example. Like enemy bot just lost the game in 2 minutes. Like the game was over within the first couple minutes.
Diving tier 2 at 6 minutes or something stupid.
Yeah. I will say the Shy played really restrained. Like that guy played super safe that whole game.
Yep. The hallmark of discipline.
Side lanes. So yeah, I mean Xiaohu is. If you give Xiaohu Azir or Tristana, I think he's always gonna have like a superstar performance.
Yeah, I mean Xiaohu looked fucking insane.
I mean, yeah, I think he's like one of the best players. Period. I think that guy is so fucking good.
Yeah, I also just think that NRG's draft was just complete horseshit. Like, what are they doing? They're playing Kalista Alistar into.
Sorry, it's a Poppy first pick.
Yeah. Poppy, like, what are they doing?
So funny.
Like, what the fuck?
Yep, that's NA drafting, baby.
Isn't that the team with like 10 coaches?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? They also gave Weibo 5 of their best champs. Like, Xiaohu's best champs, all of regionals were Azir, Tristana. Weiwei's Poppy single-handedly solo carried them a game. Like, what are we doing?
Playing League. That's how we do it over here. And then also, one thing that we saw twice was this like Jace Talia pairing. I fucking hate the Jace Talia pairing, man. Same. Like the Jace Talia mid jungle, I'm just like not a fan of it at all. Energy played. I mean, the champions just have no synergy. I feel like if you're playing Talia jungle, you need to pair it with like combos like CC. You need like a Renekton in there, just things that are going to enable the Talia to have multiple different angles to gank. And when you play like Talia Jace, it just feels like you can never really 2v2, and you're just playing for like Jace scaling and poke, and it just doesn't feel powerful to me.
It's scrim picks.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that we were talking about on my co-stream is how much better the Talia looked like in the C9 game, for example, when they paired it with the Cassante. Because at least there's a combo there. Like Cassante can push the guy through the rocks. Like at least you have some type of like way that you can play mid. Then also like a Cassante Talia. I feel like their 2v2 is a lot better than Jace Talia. So I don't know. I just think that there's better pairings, and we saw it twice. The BDS game was that also the game that was Talia Jace? What was it? It was NRG, and then
and LNG Fnatic.
Oh, LNG Fnatic. Yeah. We saw Razork play it. I don't know. I just didn't like it either time.
Yeah, I feel like it's also just a classic like, oh fuck, we need AP and jungle and AD and mid. Jace is good, Talia's good. Let's lock those. Yeah, I feel like, which is a bit disappointing on the world stage. Obviously, it's worked in scrims or whatever, but like you say, the setup isn't like the one scenario where it works is Jay gets his like magical E through the fucking rocks, and then it's like poggers, right? But aside from
it's so hard to set that up. It's like
an impossible scenario.
Fringe scenario. Yeah, it's a fringe scenario, and then also part of the reason why you pick Talia is because it's a flex. And if you actually feel like you need the AD AP pairing, just put the Talia mid. Because I mean the matchups are like fine. I feel like Talia can kind of like get through whatever. Might not have push, but it will get through whatever, and then just pick an AD jungler, and there you have like a better comp.
Yeah, I haven't been fully impressed with the Talias though, even when they get to the later portion of the game. I feel like the Weaver's walls haven't been great. I feel like the way they're trying to get into fights hasn't been wonderful. Like for me, like I think Talia and Ezreal have been the two biggest disappointments coming into draft, where I'm just like, I expect this champions to do shit. Like I don't expect Talia to really do anything because I haven't really seen anyone pop off. And I don't even know actually what Talia's win rate is, but it just hasn't been impressed me. And then
Blabber won. I know that. Like Blabber won, which was good. But yeah, I felt like everyone else. I mean, the last 3 games it just lost, so
yeah,
can't be that high.
But even there seems to be a bunch of like anti-synergy. Like going back to the KT one, which was Amy's flying himself in, and suddenly there's a Weaver's wall from BDD that's completely cutting him off. Or was it BDD? Yeah, it was BDD.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like, it's just I don't know. The communication around how to work with Talia's walls just doesn't really seem to be there. So I'm just kind of like fed up with the pick where I'm just like, I don't want to see it anymore. And it's the same idea with Ezreal where I'm like, this is clearly something that can do all right, But when Casante's in almost every fucking game at this stage, it's like Ezreal can't get through that. Let's just get rid of the fucking Ezreal.
Yeah, I need to be a scripter. Everyone's missing so many skills that they're so important.
Yep. I mean, they let scripters go for free in high elo all the time. Like, why not just let them play with it on stage as well? Like, at this point, who cares?
We want competitive to be a reflection of your solo queue experience, so we've allowed scripting.
Yeah, they say that, and then they just stage. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with them. But
well, it's like the doping Olympics. It's like we just bring in the scripting world.
Yeah. Let's see the powerlifting tournament where everyone's allowed fucking steroids.
Yeah. Let's see what the human body is capable of. That's what I like.
It's like fucking Silco's version of the Olympics. I don't know.
You get the scripts get so advanced, you're just figuring out how to fuck with the other team, just like throwing shit at them so they just fuck up, maybe turn off the PC.
Walk onto the stage, inject them with the fucking antidote. Boom. Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say I'm crashing, guys. I'm dying. I'm sorry. I'm so tired.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Can I ask one more question then? What's your guys' big fucking bait pick of the tournament right now? What's the big like? I never want to see this in a draft again.
I don't know if I have one like
that. Is that not including like the Jace Talia? Or is it anything?
I was more thinking an individual pick, but I guess it could be a pairing, yeah. Or do you feel like everything that's being played is like reasonable?
I think Renekton is a bad champ. Is that a weird take? Maybe I just haven't seen LPL top laners play it.
I don't think it's that crazy. What do you? I mean, do you guys subscribe to the Garen? I know it's just a BDS thing, pretty much. Like, does that just have to stop? Is it gonna be just shit when you're playing against better teams? Like, I mean, today we saw every single time. I mean, Adam actually got ahead. Adam actually got some opportunities, but then the second we got past, what was it, like 20 minutes? JDG were like, this champion doesn't exist anymore.
I mean, it's kind of Garen, right?
I don't know.
I think the Garen was useful, but bot lane was griefing a bit.
I think Garen is like useful up until a point, but I feel like you just need the game to play out so perfectly. You need Flash for every single fight, pretty much. And I don't know. It felt like even when 369 was behind like 1.5 2K, it still felt like he was going to be more useful the whole time. Maybe it's just because it's a 369 thing. You see 369 Orin, and he walks into a team fight. He's just positioning perfectly, and he just makes it look mega broken. But it just looks so much harder to play Garen than to play a champion like Orin.
I had that feeling for the whole game though, where it was like, like BDS are doing things, it's looking kind of all right, but it was like, but they're still going to lose, aren't they? Like at some stage, JDG are just going to turn it on.
That's how I felt during the reverse sweep in play-ins. Like, it's all
why did they not ban Ari?
Yeah, they should have banned Ari for sure.
What the fuck was that 4-5 ban when they banned Nico something else, Renekton or something? Why didn't they just ban Ari, Syndra?
Did they ban Kennen? Was that what it was? I think it was Kennen. Because
Kennen?
I mean, maybe that was 1-2-3 ban, but I know they banned Kennen versus 369. I thought that was
Nika
weird. I think
it was Nika Renekton.
And then they banned Kennen 1-2-3.
Yeah, they did. I remember that.
Yeah, they banned.
Why did they ban Ari?
1-2-3. Yeah.
I feel like you never ban Kennen into 369. Like if he plays Kennen, I think that's so much better for you than if he's playing Cassante, Renekton.
Maybe it's because he thought that if he blinds Garen, he's gonna pick Kennen.
Yeah, I mean it's probably because of like champ pool. I just think that you can take that L, but I think the Orin is just so fucking broken on this guy.
Yeah.
That said, though, nobody else is playing Ornn. Like is that the only Ornn we've seen in the tournament? I'm not sure if we saw any in play-ins or not, but like, I know we saw 2 today, right? But
no, it was just 369, wasn't it? Did we get another one?
I think there was.
Oh, we did. We got It was the Shy. No, it wasn't the Shy.
No,
Shy played Rumble.
Dokla, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, Cadril, if you're flagging, we'll sort of round things out. The one remaining question.
I didn't want to end the episode. I thought you guys could keep going. I'm just crashing myself.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I just have one question that I do need you here for, and that's Dom. We all heard the essentially Dom diss track. Like, have we got a schedule for the clapback?
I don't have a schedule. I just know that me and Don Jake are deciding on things, but it'll probably be when I go to Europe because I want to film the video with Don Jake. Like I feel like that would be fun as fuck. So It'll be with Don Jake when I'm in Berlin, which will be
Come on, then
in
write the
January.
lines. Cage will cancel it. No playoffs. La la la.
Yeah.
Fake
Yeah.
XQC. Fanboy of the
I was gonna throw that.
Shy.
Okay, yeah, keep on going. Let me just write these down. Actually, we're gonna throw an "I made you" in the just
Yeah,
like,
you made me. Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna throw them all in.
But
We
when the
might
Shy
be-
wins
we have
Worlds
some
this year, you're
ideas.
out of material.
Cage, we need to talk. We have some ideas, but we need to run them past you, or else like we might get a restraining order. Yeah, we might get a restraining order if we don't run them past you. So
Listen,
we'll hit you up on them.
it's probably fine as long as it's nothing too personal, you know, like
saying that he does crack.
I'm not gonna have like. Yeah.
Well, the crack one I ran past Dom. I was like,
Yeah,
I actually was really worried about that.
Yeah. And I was like, I told him, I told him the same thing that I told my stream. It's just like, I like doing crack. It is what it is. Straight up.
All right. Well, on that note, I think I'm not sure we're going to top that one. Excited for day number 2 of the Swiss. Thanks for joining us, lads. It's been a pleasure, as always. I'm sorry, everyone. It's a little bit of a shorter episode, but with time zones and everything, we're straddling 3 time zones right here, so bit of a fucking nightmare.
No, it's fine, Munch. You got me drinking at 9 a.m. Thank you, bro.
You're welcome,
the rest of my day.
You're going to have the best
Fine.
day of your week right now. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm going to the gym after this, so we'll see.
Just don't get too overconfident. All right, gents. It's been a pleasure. Anything you guys want to shout out or whatever, like promote your shit, like to, let's be honest, mostly your own audiences that have come in to watch today?
I want to plug my stream. You can watch me at www.twitch.tv/Cadrel. I'll see you guys there tomorrow.
I want to plug. Why are you wearing a C9 hoodie? You still part of C9?
No, but at C9 was playing. I was supporting the boys. And I thought that like C9 was the only team that had a chance of winning. Like, even though I believed in all of them to win, kind of. I thought C9 was the team that could win. So maybe tomorrow I wear a TL one. It's actually all my fucking
like 2009.
No, bro, I got new ones, bro. I was with that org until like 2020.
Oh, I thought you played for them in 2009. My bad.
No, bro.
Aren't you like 64?
Bro, 2009, dude, I already had more success in my pro playing career than you when I was in 2009. So, you know, like, it was what it was.
What did you play in? Fucking Hello Kitty Island Adventures?
Yeah, I played on Complexity Gaming, baby. I was fucking Complexity Gaming. They were scamming me, paying me in Sound Blaster headsets. That's the struggle that you don't know about, Cadrel. You were playing Challengers. You were playing Challenger Series with cushy $40,000 contracts and shit. And I was playing for fucking headphones, bro. That's the love of the game,
you were
right
playing
there.
on a Game Boy, bro. How can they pay you if you're a Game Boy player? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
you could never reach the dizzying heights of Excel.
Yeah,
Dizzying heights of No, look, honestly, I respect XL. I saw the C9 boot camp and the XL facility, bro. That shit looks like it's in a fucking warehouse. There's like wires sticking out of the walls and shit. Like, it is fucked up. So, you know, Cadrel, I respect that you went through that shit. That's what you had to go through to get here, Cadrel.
It was worse than that, trust me.
Okay, bro. God damn. All right.
It was fucking dog shit. The 3 of us had to share a room. Oh my god, it was horrible.
Okay, Jesus. Team bonding.
Do you want to talk about it? Are you okay?
Just to say, you know, when a team buys a slot, they buy the old gaming house of the team that they bought the slot from, and maybe cleaning the house would have helped in the 4 months off season, you know.
Okay.
That's fucking grim.
That's grim.
Yeah.
All
right. Nice. No, I mean, it makes sense. I wouldn't make playoffs either if I was in that circumstance. That's how you get them back, Pedro. That's how you make sure.
Didn't make playoffs, but I definitely got like a
a
lot of coupon invitations to leave Rondo.
Okay.
Cadrel cancelled to try and cancel the contract. It was actually a protest.
It was a plea for help.
God.
Holy fuck. I'm happy coaching you worked out. God damn, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, now I've got a fucking closet to myself, huh?
Yeah, the upgrade. You've gone from the guy
On the up
camp
and
to
up,
fucking
yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Fucking cosplay. It's crazy.
All right. We'll round it out there, lads. Thanks so much for joining us. Been a pleasure chatting to you. Have a good co-stream tomorrow. And everyone in chat, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you on the next one. We'll be doing another Bevvies With The Boys after Swiss finishes. So make sure you check it out on Twitter for that. Bye.
We're all gang.